Hello and welcome to the Mix Air Rap Podcast. I'm your host, DJ B Wise. This is a podcast where we talk about hip hop from boom bap to trap. It's me and my man Kev here. You know he's the underground legend. He knows he's all knowing. We're here for you tonight, man, and you know it's been taking over the entire weekend. Happy Cinco de Mayo for those of you who are celebrating it. But you know what we got to talk about. We got to talk about the Drake and K Dot beef. Uh, First, we're gonna holler at Kev. Kev, how you doing tonight?
Really kick it off, I just want to say one thing. I want to send one of our big hip hop personalities who's a co-host of the Comeback Jack show, Dallas Penn, has transitioned to the ancestors. And if you're not familiar with the Comeback Jack show, it was one of the greatest hip hop podcasts ever. Now, the host Comeback Jack, he's passed, and his co-host Dallas Penn is transitioned on as well. Recently, Dallas was he co-hosted a lot of sneaker cons, polo enthusiasts. I copped a few pieces from him myself. All around good guy, man. He was always helpful. He was always informative. He was always willing to lend a hand where he could. I mean, up and coming artists, independent artists, he makes sure that he gave you some shine. And I mean, just an all around good guy, man. Um, I've interacted with him a whole bunch of times, man, and he'll make you feel like you might talk to him online, but he'll make you feel like you're friends, man. And he was just a beautiful spirit, and I'm so sad to hear that he passed. But shout out to him. I wish we could have, it's one of those things, man, where you kind of want to you should be giving, people their flowers before they go while they still here, so they can appreciate and smell them. But that's life. But shout out to Dallas, man, his wife and his family and everybody, within his camp. And yeah, I just want to shout him out, before we really kick it off, man.
That's what's up, man. Rest in power, Dallas. All right, man. Let's jump into it. I think we should go down the timeline before we really delve into the craziness of this weekend. So we're gonna let Kev feed us the timeline and how all this really popped off. Kev, take it away.
Uh, I mean, I think we kind of sit back and we really look at it. It's been a big three for a while, and I think it goes as far back as if I hope somebody could correct me if I'm wrong. I believe it was the GQ article where they kind of anointed J. Cole, Drake. Uh, Excuse me, I think it was Wale. They kind of anointed them as the big three, and in modern day, that's where that kind of a lot of people ran with that in the modern day as if you're not within the big three, you're not one of the best out there. Um, and J. Cole and Kendrick and Drake have kind of been, jockeying for that number one position. We had this discussion before, like there's really no clear number one. You know what I mean? Like every time one of these artists come out, they're probably going to shoot the number one and hold that spot until the next person comes up. So if it's a 2 year time period before one of the other three come up, that means that one person kind of held that spot for that long. So, um, but in more recent times, uh, these guys been throwing jabs at each other for forever. But when two of the three kind of link up with Drake and J. Cole with first person shooter, and they get this phenomenal single that kind of puts people on notice and it charts well. Um, it garners a Kendrick response, which it should have. And he comes back with the Drake feature, and then J. Cole responds with his mixtape with the response to it, but he later kind of apologized for it. But then, Drake, he was like, okay, I guess it's my turn to pick up the mantle. And Drake, it comes back with push-ups and tailor-made freestyle. And then, of course, Kendrick had to answer. He took some time out, but he gives you Euphoria, um and 616 in LA, which garnered so much attention, and so many fans um have turned so many fans have turned to the so-called purist, I guess, with the breaking down, the bar by bar by bar of what he is saying, and the Easter eggs and everything. And it kind of brings this huge excitement back into the music, which is incredible because um we haven't had this in so long, and especially in the new age where fans want to break down your music, break down the meaning of what you're saying, break down the source of your lyrics. And it's phenomenal. But one of the things I've said on our last show is that these disc records need a video. And I don't know if so. I'm not going to say someone in Drake's camp was listening, but it kind of feels that way because I said a disc record need a video, and Drake, he drops Family Matters and a video at the same time. And you can say what you want about the song, but that video helped elevate that song. And then Kendrick responded with he responded with Meet the Grams and Not Like That. So now it's a whole lot of debate online about who's winning or whatever. um and a lot of it is it's a matter of opinion, but at the same time, I think a lot of the people who are really putting just emphasis towards one artist or the other is more like it's a fan battle. You know what I mean? Like if you're saying that Drake is, if you're saying that Kendrick is winning 4-0 or 5-0, that, you's a Kendrick fan. You's a Drake hater, and it's like nowhere in the world to say that Kendrick is pitching the shutout. Like I can give you the fact that Kendrick is winning, if I can give you that, but to say that Drake hasn't uh put together anything not to compete, that's unfair. But overall, it's just a phenomenal thing that what's going on in rap. And of course it's the big news. um Radio stations that normally don't play this type of stuff, it's all over the radio. Rick Ross was, he live streamed from a party, and he was like, yeah, Kendrick, they playing a new song. It just came out 4 hours ago. They already got it. It's an incredible excitement. It's something that rap has been missing for some time. Um, I mean, just rap music as a whole. Just the fact of you have artists that are doing 12-hour turnaround times. You know what I mean? Like hearing your response, thinking about what I'm going to say, going in the lab and recording it and editing it and uploading it and getting whatever approvals you need to get approved, and putting it out there to the masses. Like turnaround songs like this, even in this day and age, is still it's phenomenal. You know what I mean? Like it ain't too many songs that you can just put out whenever you want to put them out, because you got to clear so much stuff nowadays. You know what I mean? Look at Taylor Made Freestyle. Drake had to pull it because they say it was copyright issues. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And just the fact that these guys can get this music together and get everything in order in such a fast period of time is so phenomenal. It shows their talent, but at the same time, for them putting this effort in so fast, it's it's beautiful that the fans can get to enjoy this, and we can appreciate the fact that we're getting, you know, new music damn near daily. I mean, I think in the last what 5 days we didn't got something new every day. You know what I mean? And
Yep.
it's so great. You know what I mean? It's so great. And this beef is not it's not no beef in the late 80s or the early 90s. And I say that because we don't have to worry about the particular artists that jump in. We don't have to worry about nothing escalating. We know ain't gonna be no punches thrown. We know ain't gonna be no physical shots fired at anybody. It's not gonna be no violence between any of these two or maybe three. We know it's all about the music and um yeah. So and that's what makes it better. The lack of violence is what elevates this battle, and I think that's why it's able to dominate the radio waves. It's able to dominate social media. Is able to dominate the conversation because everybody knows it's not going anywhere. So when the fans debate, the fans are just debating. There's nothing physical is going to happen. You know what I mean? And that's the greatness of this battle.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, Kev, man. It has been a roller coaster. I believe that everything we're experiencing is good for hip hop, good for rap, and I'm in hopes that everything, like you said, maintains civility so that the youth, the younger rappers, the younger people can see something different and see that you can have an intelligent battle amongst two wordsmiths and make it out alive. And that matters more to me than anything. But this has been amazing for me, is because to get Kendrick to drop what? In less than a month, Kendrick had dropped the feature on Like That, uh, Euphoria. So
Four songs.
1, 2. So 4 songs in less than 4 weeks. That's amazing.
Four
So
songs in a
I'm
week.
yeah, I'm happy. I'm very happy.
I mean, even if you think Drake is losing, if you don't want to even acknowledge or congratulate Drake in some way, it's crazy to me. Like, I'm not gonna give a winner. I can give you a loser, but I'm not gonna give you a winner. But at the same time, I'm gonna be honest and I'm gonna say thank you to Drake for waking up this sleeping beast because the last few things we heard from Kendrick was the Mr. Morale album, but at the same time we heard the Hillbillies. And not to take away from Mr. Morale, I think a lot of people were kind of I think a lot of chatter as far as Kendrick goes was the Hillbillies. When is the Hillbillies album drop? Can we get another Hillbilly single? Um what is Kendrick and Baby King doing? As opposed to when's the next Kendrick solo album. But him, Drake coming back, Kendrick, even I mean J. Cole even responded, even though it was short lived though. But it's great. You know what I'm saying? It's all great. Um, I don't know where it goes next. That's the thing. I don't know where it goes next. But like I said, like I've been saying, man, one, drop a video. Two, have a mixtape or album ready to go because as great as these songs are, I feel like a something. I think a collection of songs can enhance whatever you're doing. Even if even if Kendrick could take the 4 songs he did and do 3 more, and put them together on an EP or mixtape, I think it would
Mhm.
enhance it more. You know what I mean?
Oh, no doubt, no doubt. Again, man, this has been amazing. As far as picking who is winning, I think objectively, we talked about this in our last episode. Drake's versing everybody, but here's the issue: after Euphoria, or either after 616 in LA, it's now time to focus on Kendrick alone. And instead, we get Family Matters, where he's addressing multiple players. I think he shot shade at probably six rappers, and I just don't think that was appropriate for that time. Being that, so Drake was going to win, I'll say this, uh, push ups and going into Family Matters, he was doing what Drake does, and that is make club records that people want to hear, but prove your point that you still aren't afraid to take on anybody. But with Family Matters, that's when you really got to hone in on the person that is. He's the one that's shooting real rockets at you. I'm talking about nuclear bombs, you know. So
I
I'm
mean,
not
but
saying he. Go ahead.
I mean, but it's not like it's one person coming at Drake. Like when that future feature dropped, everybody focuses on Kendrick, but it was Future and Kendrick kind of shooting their shot at Drake. And but you see what after happened. After that Future feature drop, uh after the like that feature, Future came back and dropped a whole new album because he had to get he had he I, it was almost like Kendrick took the steam from the Future album with that feature because it blew up, but Future had needed, some of that focus back on him, and he kind of went back on him. But then Drake didn't have one opponent. Drake had Kendrick, he had Future, he had Metro Boomin, and the result of the like that feature was Rick Ross jumped out there. So now that's number four. So Drake got four people. He got Metro Boomin, Future, Drake, and Kendrick Lamar. So it's not like Drake has an opportunity to focus on one person. Drake is actually going after four people, and he's been doing it. He what did he do with Metro Boomin? He uh he sent like a marching band to the strip club that Metro Boomin was at. He been trolling Metro Boomin online. Um, he threw out shots at Rick Ross. I'm willing to bet you he said something about Future, but so many people are focused on um his Kendrick Lamar response. I think the Future response got overlooked, but Drake got four people. I mean, if something gets lost in the shuffle, is because he has a lot to deal with, um, and I don't think
Again,
that.
I'm just gonna say there are no other credible threats. Once Cole bowed out, everyone else you mentioned, they're not they don't hold any weight.
But
We know that K Dot is the one who holds the weight. Even his producers should have told him, "Look, man, I know it's good to throw shots." He could have kept bombarding them on social media with memes and stuff like that, and handled them that way. Because I thought,
but
like
I
you
mean,
said,
but the
the stuff he did was brilliant. But you don't need to focus on them when you got a real assassin that is
you
breaking
do,
you down.
but you do though. You do though. You got to
How?
respond at some point. One, you have to respond, but also you have to you got to respond. You got to respond. But I don't think that. I would have liked for Drake to did individual songs to each person, but at the same time, just like you said, if Kendrick is the one and Kendrick is your main focus, it's kind of like, okay, I'm gonna throw these other ones in as collateral damage, but I'm gonna save all my ammunition for Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? So it's either he only got two choices. He has to create songs for each person, or combine everything together but make Kendrick the main focus. So just like I said, he probably he of course he addressed Future, but the Future disc got overlooked because of what he was saying about Kendrick.
Yes, and what I'm saying is that's if you look at what's trending on any platform, you will not see Future trending. Rick Ross had a hot, like he was trending for about 15 minutes a few days ago. That was
Right.
it. None of these dudes are trending. Metro
They're not.
Boomin, he put out some memes, and he's not. No, they're just not worthy when you're in battle, and he's literally fighting. Because I mean, bruh, if if there's another song that comes out in the next week that is as good as like this, like sorry, not like us. I'm not saying his career is over. I'm just saying K Dot's a problem, man. He's a
But
problem.
but I'm gonna tell you how I look at it. Kendrick is a lyricist, right? And I think
Yes,
for the most part, we can agree with that.
yes,
Because Drake has these songwriting uh allegations or whatever. We okay, so we you look when you look at Drake, you look at Drake and others as putting him in the position he's in, right?
yes.
So just like I said in our last show, Drake is more of an entertainer than he is a rapper. That's fair. I think that's fair to say, right?
Oh, without a doubt, without a doubt.
But if we go back and if we look at music as a whole, if we look at every genre of music, lyricists have stomped the mess out of entertainers. You look at hard rock. If you look at rock and roll, the rock artists that don't write their own music gets destroyed by guys that write their music. I mean, R&B, it happens in R&B, rock, jazz, any genre of music. The lyricists, the people who write the music, destroy entertainers. Destroy entertainers. You can look it up and you could correct me when I'm wrong, but for the most part, lyricists destroy entertainers. Drake is not getting. Drake is holding his own. Not to say that Drake never wrote raps for himself before, but Drake is not getting destroyed. Drake is holding his own, and I think that the simple fact that Drake is getting Kendrick Lamar to do 3 songs in an 18-hour period is an amazing testimony to who Drake is as an artist. Because any other artist, like let's say this, let's say if it was Nas and Jay Z, right? We wouldn't get the music this fast. You know why? Because Jay Z would have went in the studio, recorded something, listened to it, had other people listen to it, got their reactions from it, probably thought about something he messed up on, re-recorded. Jay-Z would have took at least 2 weeks to respond. Nas would have probably took 2 weeks to respond because they'd have been so focused on the perfect song instead of a random response. Not to say that Kendrick Lamar is putting out random music, but he's putting it out fast. And Euphoria really didn't have time to breathe before we got 616. You know what I mean? And what,
Yes.
six
And let me
sixteen?
step in. To be honest, he needed that because
Who?
again, we had this
Who?
conversation. Kendrick.
Needed
I
what?
feel as though I feel as though Kendrick's best two tracks, the tracks that got the young people that I've been, texting back and forth with today, the young people are not feeling Euphoria and they're not feeling Meet the Grams. The one that they're like falling out over is 616 in LA and Not Like Us. Those are the two who are killing it. So that's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna drop it back to you. But I'm just telling you, young people are loving. Again, you're right. He's not. He hadn't bodied him. He's not. He has not bodied him. But at the rate he's going, one more mistake, and again I'm saying that uh, Family Matters was a mistake purely based on his. And I get you're not agreeing with me. All I'm saying is you can't focus. Not right now. Dude, he's got plenty enough time
Man,
to
I'm telling you,
yeah.
that
The only
video,
person that's
that
I just checked the
video
trending. Hold on, I just
helped.
checked trending.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm telling you, it doesn't matter. And I'm gonna tell you why it don't matter. In all honesty,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people today, they appreciate good music, but they don't know what good music sounds like.
Exactly. That's why we're
Now,
here.
the point is this. What's going on right now is a phenomenon. This is a phenomenon, and we're probably not going to see. It's going to probably be another 7 to 8 years before we see something like this again. Because the last time we really seen two heavyweights go at each other. I mean, what? Maybe Nas and Jay Z. I mean, Eminem had his beefs when he was on top. Lil Wayne might have had his beef when he was on top, but I'm just saying, two heavyweights, two guys that are considered, top three or top four within their music genre, rarely kind of publicly go at it, right? And
Exactly.
to get two guys that's, one person is 1A and one person is 1B, and somehow or another 1C decides to bow out. It's great. Is outstanding, and I think that we should appreciate this. I think, to be all honest, to it does a disservice to
Mm-hmm.
this back and forth to claim a winner, because everybody wins. For me,
Exactly.
everybody wins. I'm never gonna give a winner, because as long as Drake is holding his own, I don't think you can claim anybody has won. Now, if you want to ask me a loser, I can give you a loser. I'll give you a loser, no problem. But I can't give you a winner.
Everybody can give you a loser.
No, 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 no. No, and I'm gonna tell you, the biggest. I can give you a loser, and I can give you the biggest loser, and I guarantee you, my biggest loser will shock everybody.
If it's not Metro Boomin or J. Cole, I don't know
Nope,
who it would be.
no, you're wrong on both.
And then who else would it be?
The biggest loser,
Yeah,
J. Cole, is a loser for him apologizing because he can't get back into this, right?
exactly.
But the biggest loser of all is Travis Scott.
Let me work
Oh,
that
and
through
then,
my head. Let me work
well,
that.
I'm gonna tell you why. But I'm gonna tell you why. Can I tell you why?
Yeah, go ahead.
Remember when he lost the Grammy Award this year, right?
Yes. Oh yeah,
What did
he
he
did pout.
do?
He pouted. Yeah.
He pouted, but
Yeah.
he just did the LeBron James show, the
Mm-hmm.
shop with LeBron James, and they asked him
Mm-hmm.
about it. And the
Right.
host on the show said, the Grammys are played out. The Grammys ain't what they used to be. The Grammys are this. The host kept downplaying the Grammys. And that boy
Yes.
sat there and said, everybody wants to be recognized for their body of work.
Yes.
Everybody wants that trophy.
Yes.
Everybody wants to be considered the best. And I
Yes.
sat there and I was like, if I wasn't a fan of him, I'm a I am a huge fan of him now. But at the same time, I said he'll never win a Grammy. He'll never win a Grammy because even though he says he wants to be the best, he would never do the work to be the best. Now, right now, I'm gonna tell you why. But hold up, let me finish. Right
Mm-hmm.
now, in the modern day rap, Mount Rushmore is four heads, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
Yes.
modern day Mount Rushmore is three heads, the big three, correct?
Yes.
When J. Cole did the apology, that knocked them out to three. So there
Yes.
is a spot open for number three. And until Travis Scott proves that he wants to be a part of the competition, he would never win a Grammy. Travis Scott jumping into this in some way, he can pick whoever
Mm-hmm.
he want to pick. If Travis Scott jumps into this beef, he number
Mm-hmm.
one, if he does it right, he'll be the number three. And number two, he'll win his Grammy next year. But at the same time, we know all of them are friends. J. Cole said they friends. Kendrick said they're friends. On Euphoria, he said we're all friends. I hope you're not mad at me. I hope we're good after this. This is Kendrick's
Yep.
words. This is not me
No, I'm
making up
with you.
nothing. This is what he said
Yeah.
on Euphoria.
Yep.
Travis Scott can
No,
jump
I'm
in
with
it.
you.
Travis Scott can
I'm
jump in
with
this.
you. But here's the thing. This is not the space for Travis Scott. He is a modern day rapping artist.
But this is
This is
why
not for him.
Travis Scott would never win a Grammy because he's not going to put in
No,
the
he has
work.
the possibility. Hold on, he has the possibility.
He's not.
Don't
He's
forget.
not. He's not.
But don't
This
forget
this is a
what.
competition. This is a competition. And I've said this on our last show.
Yes,
Everybody wants to be the best. And to be the best,
yes,
you got to put the work in. Travis Scott has to Travis Scott can't say he wants to be the best. Travis Scott has to show he wants to be the best. And being the best sometimes is going out here and saying the wrong thing. If you got to be a bully, if you got to point the finger at somebody, that's what it takes to be the best sometimes. Cardi B ain't released the album in God knows when, and we know she
yeah,
dissed people on her songs.
yes,
If Cardi B releases a song tomorrow,
yeah.
it'll jump number one over Drake and Kendrick. I guarantee it. I almost can guarantee it.
Ooh, you jumping out the window now.
I'm not jumping out the window, but when is the
You're
last time
telling me that Cardi B.
Cardi B had a dud? When is the last time Cardi B
You're
had a dud?
you- you're
When's the
telling me that
last time
Cardi
Cardi
B
B has had a dud?
can outdo the two of the biggest rappers in the game. I just don't see that. I don't see her
I'm not
outdoing
saying I'm not
Drake.
saying this
I
is
don't
what I'm
see it.
saying.
I
If
don't see
Cardi
it.
B if Cardi B puts out a song in the middle of this, I can't see why it won't
She's
go
not.
number one.
She's not Taylor Swift. She's not Taylor Swift. It will get
You say
ignored.
that. You say that.
Because
Her
dude,
fan base
we
is amazing.
already,
Don't underestimate her
but you
fan
already
base.
know, but you know who's out right now. There's other music that's out right now that we're not discussing. Am I right?
Who?
Are there artists? Are there legendary artists who have music out right now that we're not
Legendary
discussing?
artists who have music out right now
Yes,
is I
Busta
put you
Rhymes
like
got
this.
music out right
Wait,
now.
wait, wait.
Nas
But you
got
just said,
music
but
out
hold up,
right
wait a
now.
minute. But you just said Taylor Swift, right?
The only person who could jump above these two right now, because again, if you look at what's trending, nothing but this is trending. Drake is that big.
That's right.
Drake and this is allowing uh K Dot to be able to wave and get into the waves with him. This is all this is doing is propelling K Dot to a higher level because he is
Over
now
who?
going to be able to sell
Over
to the
who?
masses more than he
Over who
could.
though? Over who?
over Cardi B, over a lot of people now. This what he's done now, this boogeyman persona, it works for him. And
But is he?
if he just rise off of this, he could end up with a diamond album. He
you
could
say
easily end up
could,
with this.
but
Yes,
you
if
say
this
could.
album that he's bringing out, he's supposed to drop this year. Oh no, I'm
What?
sorry.
No,
That's
wait, wait,
J
wait,
Cole.
wait.
J Cole's supposed to drop this year. But
J.
if he
Cole's
was to
dropping this
drop
shit.
this year, I
Who?
know J Cole's dropping this year. My bad. But if he were to put out
Who?
something like
Kendrick?
this boogeyman, like this six. I'm not saying put out a diss album, but if he put out an album like 616 in LA, if he put out something that had bangers like those, Not Like Us is a banger. He has never put out an album with this many bangers. He's put out quality music, he's put out quality hip hop music, but he's never put out bangers like this. He
But
can
wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let's go back
go ahead,
for a
go
minute.
ahead.
Let's go back for a minute. When that
I'm with you.
future, when that future feature came out, right?
Yeah.
Didn't I just say everything you just said?
No, you did. But what I'm saying is you
Right.
jumped out the window with the
No, no, no.
Cardi
I didn't
B.
jump out the window because I didn't jump out the window, and I'm gonna tell you why I didn't jump out the window. Here's the thing.
I'm with you.
Drake released the album and a mixtape last year. So Drake can diss Kendrick
That's true.
Lamar. Drake can diss
Hmm.
Kendrick Lamar, and he doesn't have to drop an album. So Drake got it easy. J. Cole, J. Cole is trying to drop an album. He needs the promo. That apology is going to hurt his album
Hmm.
sales.
Hmm.
Kendrick needs the album. He needs the solo album. I think Kendrick's next body of work is the Hillbillies with Baby King. And unless I mean, listen, Drake kind of set the stage for what the Hillbillies album probably could sound like or what might be on the Hillbillies album. But until that album drops, until Kendrick puts something out, Kendrick's elevation is not going to be that big. It's in all honesty, from what Kendrick has done so far, just like I said, the big three is not a huge
Hmm.
gap. The big
Hmm.
three could be interchangeable at any day of the week.
Yeah.
J. Cole's apology opened up a spot for that three. And if no one is going for that third spot, then that means that everybody else is actually a loser, right? But at the same time, if J. Cole, if Kendrick Lamar doesn't give us at least a six or more songs, EP, mixtape, or album, is not gonna his songs are not gonna have that much longevity. But you just said that. You just said it. Kendrick Kendrick Lamar needs to drop something in the next couple of months. And if Kendrick Lamar doesn't drop a solo within the next couple of months,
Hmm.
it doesn't hurt Drake at all. And because Drake is not this lyricist, Drake is not a respected lyricist, and he got the ghostwriting stigma against him. He got the lover boy stigma against him. But he's holding his own against a lyricist. He's holding his own against a heavyweight. He's going to potentially close the gap with Kendrick Lamar. Like I said, I'm not
You still
saying
jumping out the window. You
I'm
still
not
jumping
going
out
out
the
the
window.
window.
Though. If he does another album where he's
Who?
not, if Drake does another song where he's not specifically the entire album going at K Dot, it's a problem. He
I
does
don't think
not.
so.
I mean, I
I don't
understand
think
he's
so.
huge and I understand he's popular, but I assure you, by looking and talking to people, all he's doing right now is causing problems for himself
But
down the road.
let me
He's
ask
not
you
going
this
to end
then.
his career But as far as he's been invincible for years.
Who?
Pusha T won that battle, and he's
Who?
still been invincible. You
It's
telling me that
debatable. It's
Adidon
debatable
did
between
not
Drake and
win
Pusha
that,
T. It's
but
debatable.
Adidon, yeah, the story of Adidon won that battle,
It's
and it
debatable.
didn't harm him. It didn't harm
That's
him.
what I'm saying. It did look that, but that's the point. You're making my point. These
But that's
guys should
one
be
song.
killing
That's
Drake.
one song, though.
These
That's
guys
one
should be
song.
wiping the floor with Drake, and Drake is holding his own.
But that's one song.
It
As
doesn't
of today,
matter. Drake
with
and
Meet the
Drake been put
Grams,
and Drake has dissed Pusha T since the story of Adidon. Drake has been dissing Pusha T every opportunity he's got, except for now. For all my dogs, he dissed him. Uh, what was the album before that? Whatever the album was before all my dogs, he dissed him. Drake has not gone anywhere. These guys should be wiping the floor with Drake. We should give this like I said. I'm not gonna give you a winner because I think it's too hard to judge. But I do think that Drake deserves credit for standing the test of time. Drake should have been. These guys should have killed Drake. The gap between Kendrick and Drake should be the size of the Grand Canyon, and it's not.
no, it shouldn't be. It
It's
shouldn't be.
not. It's not.
You're
But
talking
at the same
about,
time, these people that you're talking to, I don't think they're Drake. I don't think they giving Drake credit, and a lot of people are not giving Drake credit. And the public and like Cameron and Mace, they said that we ain't feeling Kendrick songs, and people jumped on him. Gilly the Kid said Euphoria was people jumped on him. It's been other celebrities that came out and spoke up for Drake, and people attacked them. But the truth in the matter is Kendrick should have put Jake. Kendrick should have put him in the grave. And Kendrick's mistake is he should have. Kendrick was friendly. Kendrick was too friendly in the beginning, which was a mistake. Nobody wants to admit it. He was very friendly. Euphoria, as good as Euphoria was, like I said, it should have had a video, and it shouldn't have been friendly. He was too friendly on. He was too friendly on Euphoria, and no video messed that song up. If Drake drops another song with another video, I think Drake will tie it up. No one wants to. No one's gonna give him credit. If Drake drops another video, it'll be tie game.
I don't know, because we got to wait till tomorrow. All this has happened so quickly that we have to wait till tomorrow.
But at the
Because
same time,
if you ask me, hold on, if you ask me, as weak as we thought Euphoria was, is as good as 616 in LA was, and as good as Not Like Us is. Next week, he could possibly have 3 songs in the top 10.
but I
I do
mean, not
not believe I do not believe that Family Matters is going to be in the top 10.
I,
I don't believe that.
not like us. I don't really. Not like us. I have to listen to it a couple more times. I listened to it once. I didn't like it when I first listened. I didn't like not like us. I didn't like it first listen.
Ooh.
Euphoria. I'm not saying Euphoria is bad. I'm not saying Euphoria is bad, but
I'm saying what I'm saying is not great. I'm saying of the
Euphoria.
4 tracks that he's put out, that's probably, I'm gonna rank them. How about that? Let's do
Okay,
this. Let's rank K Dot's 4 songs. I'm gonna start. For me, number 4, Meet the Grams. Number
at the bottom.
3, oh yeah. Number 4, Euphoria.
Oh wait. You said Meet the Grams was 4.
Yes, Meet the Grams is 4. I'm sorry. Euphoria is number 3.
Okay.
Not Like Us is number 2. But 616 in LA, bro, that's a hit. That's a straight up and down hit. You saw DJ Mustard playing it. It's a hit, man. It's a hit.
I have to listen to it again. I have to get.
If I'm spinning,
I haven't
if I'm
given
in
it.
DJ show I'm spending 616 in LA all day. Same
I'll say
thing
this.
with when no hold on when Drake put out the response to um Meek Mill's back in the day, he put out a hit and it was playing in the club all summer. And that's all I'm saying is that if you're putting out club hits as Kendrick, who don't put out club hits, that's a big deal. If I know you're trying to
But
be
once
objective,
again,
but you gotta
thank
look at it
Drake.
and go,
Thank
that's what I'm
Drake.
saying. I
Thank
get that.
Drake.
What I'm
Thank
saying is that
Drake.
Drake does not have as much as you guys, he does not have the flexibility that he's had in the past.
It
That's
doesn't
all I'm saying.
matter. It doesn't
It
matter.
does.
I'm
It
gonna say
does.
why it doesn't matter. Entertainer Drake has
Mm-hmm.
made one of the greatest rappers in the game step his game up.
Yes.
Who else has made Kendrick Lamar step his game up like this? Drake.
Yes. And
So
I'm not doubting you on that.
so everybody, for anybody out there who had any doubt about Kendrick, and either your mind, I'm what it was people out there I've seen online, people out there who was so on Kendrick have flipped and said, this is great work by Kendrick. Thank Drake. There is nothing wrong with giving Drake credit for that. Because just to take the point you just made, Kendrick doesn't make club bangers. Kendrick just made a bunch of club bangers. Why did Kendrick make these club bangers? Because of Drake. Drake has pulled out some of Kendrick Lamar's best body of work in God knows how long. Mr. People can go out. You can say whatever. People can say whatever they want about Mr. Morale. Overall, are you listening to these 4 songs he put out, or you listening to Mr. Morale? That's the question. That's the question you should ask people. What would you rather listen to? These 4 disc records or the the double album with Mr. Morale? And let's see what you get. I'd rather listen to these 4 records than Mr. Morale. Give me these 4 songs. I don't want to listen to Mr. Morale. Ask the people what's better, these 4 songs or Mr. Morale. And if these people say, and I would love to hear the results of that. And I'm leaning, I'm willing to bet it might be a close vote, but I think the 4 disc songs will win over Mr. Morale. If the 4 disc songs win, we gotta thank Drake. There's
The four disc
nothing
songs,
wrong, huh?
I was gonna tell you the four disc songs, they went over almost all of his albums. These four disc songs are better than his last two albums, at least.
Okay, the
I would
last
say
two, baby.
three
Last two.
albums.
It
I would
ain't better
tell
than Good
you
Kid,
that
Mad City. It's not
Good
better than
Kid,
Good
Mad
Kid, Mad
City.
City. It's
That's
not
what I
better than
said.
Good Kid, Mad City.
Outside of that joint, I think these four tracks is better than To Pimp a Butterfly, The Damn, and
Mr.
Mr.
Morale.
Morale and the High Step.
But
I think it's better than all three of those.
but the reason he created these 4 songs is because of Drake. And my
And
this is
I'm
my
with
point.
you on that.
But
But
but I
again,
think
you're
that
failing to see that there's a weakness in the armor of Drake right
I'm not
now.
saying
I'm
that.
saying
I'm not saying
literally
that. No,
there's a culmination of weakness. You got to look at where we are in the world today. You got kids out here protesting madness, right? All it takes is for Kendrick to put out next week. I'm telling you, if he puts out 2 songs next week and Drake only puts out one and it focuses on everybody instead of just Kendrick, bruh, I'm not saying, again, no one's saying nothing's going to stop Drake's career. Drake is a juggernaut. He's only going to stop when he's ready to stop. Same thing happened with Jay-Z. When Jay-Z got bodied by Ether, he still kept going and still had a very successful career. I'm just thankful that Nas was able to revitalize his life and or his career with the most recent projects he's put out.
I'm
So
not,
I'm saying the same thing.
but this is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
But I think, okay, let me say this. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with Kendrick Lamar. I'm not
yeah.
saying that Kendrick Lamar is his songs are weak or his songs are bad. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that the gap, he, I think, this is what I'm saying. I think Kendrick Lamar is an exceptional writer. I think he's an incredible talent. I think that this is a time for him to shine. I think that the 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 gap, I think he has potential to solidify himself as the number one rapper. As of right now, Cole says there's a big three. Kendrick says there's a big three. Drake loosely will admit to, he said it. He said it. He's been saying a big three. He said it on the Like That feature. He said that on Euphoria. On Euphoria, he said, but right, but he acknowledged the big three. But you still acknowledged it though. Don't acknowledge it. If you feel like there's no big three, don't acknowledge the big three. But you bringing up the big three and you bringing up how y'all all friends, there's a big three. There is three rappers that are considered, that any of these three rappers could be in that number one spot. As of right now, J. Cole took himself out of the big three. So actually it's two. Kendrick Lamar is skillful enough where the gap between him and Drake for the number one spot should be huge. And it's not that big. It's not
Again,
as big as it should be.
I'm
Huh?
totally with you. And I'm not saying
But
there's a
I'm
huge gap. I'm
but I'm
saying
not
next
saying
week could
that.
be a problem.
But what I'm saying is that I think it's a disservice that people are not giving Drake enough credit. What I'm saying, my problem is the people who saying that Kendrick is up 4-0 or 5-0. That's a disservice to rap, and that's crazy talk.
Yes,
And it makes you
yes,
sound like a Drake hater. But
exactly,
but the
exactly.
whole point is this: we should be happy that it's out. We should be happy that these two men, like I said, are turning music, like they're doing music a days apart, which is phenomenal. And it doesn't even sound like this stuff is being done in a few hours or a day or so. And that's what's so great about it. But I do think, just like I said it and you just said it, both of them have little things that's missing that could take them over the top. And and for me, I think that since J. Cole somewhat bowed out of three, I think we need a third. I think someone needs to jump in and claim that third spot, because if no one takes that third spot, it's just the big two. And if there's just the two, then Drake is going to end up winning because Kendrick Lamar don't put out music like that. Kendrick Lamar don't put out music like that. And Drake is putting out every 16 to 18 months. Because Drake activity is much more than Kendrick's and Cole's, Drake can end up being number one. But it shouldn't be that way. We should still have this competition. I love the competition. I love it because it's making these people try to step their game up. And that's why this is so beautiful, because Drake has made Kendrick step his game up. And Kendrick has made Drake step his game up. Cause that
I'm
Family
not going to
Matters
say that.
video,
I got to disagree with you on that because
that
again,
Family Matters
we have not,
video,
we have not seen his rapping get better in these two projects. We've seen him do what is consistently what he's done, make club hits. But as
who?
far as did he
Drake?
get better, Drake, he didn't get better.
Man. if
he
he would have
made some
cleared,
hits.
if he would have cleared Taylor Made Freestyle, I think Taylor Made Freestyle would be in rotation right now.
Yeah, but he knew that he again he's in the studio with everybody. There's not him by himself, so he knew that that wasn't going to clear.
I don't
He
think
just put
so.
it out
I
there.
don't think so.
Yes, yes, dude. In this day and time, guys at this level are way too educated about how things play out.
I
They
mean,
got
but more or less.
record executives available to them 24 hours a day. They got lawyers available to them 24 hours a day. It's not like they
But
can't make one text, one call, and be like, "Hey, I'm getting ready to do this. Is this going to be able to make the charts?" And then the guys will tell them, "Oh no, send it to me." And then when they
but
send it,
but
they're
but
going
at the
to
same
pay.
time, they could have asked him for a check. So here's what happened: you went out here
Ask
and
Taylor for a check. You know
asked Drake
the
for a
reason
check.
why it didn't clear was because of Taylor. I'm pretty sure that's why it didn't clear. And
They
Taylor
could have got a
wasn't going to
check.
clear nothing.
They could have got a check from
What check
Drake.
you gonna write Taylor? Explain to
Taylor
me what
who?
check you write Taylor.
Taylor
Taylor
who?
Swift.
For what?
What was the track then? What's the track?
Taylor Made Freestyle that had Tupac's voice on it.
I know. Oh, there you go. There's no amount of money, and same thing with Snoop. You would have had to pay him money too.
Okay.
Snoop might have took a check, but I don't think that the Tupac estate that's run by his sister would have taken a check from a Canadian dude dissing a West Coast dude. I'm just being I'm
Tupac
just
is
being
from
that dude.
Tupac was born in New York and raised in Baltimore. He's
I
an
know
East Coast guy.
raised in Baltimore. I know that.
He
Trust me,
got
we don't have
killed
to
on the
delve
East
into
Coast. He got
we
killed on
don't
the
have
East
to
Coast.
you're on West Coast. West Coast.
West Coast, I
Got
mean.
killed on the West Coast.
But
But
it's a
again, we don't
check.
have to delve into that. We don't have to delve into that. What I'm saying is his estate. His sister, who's many years younger than him, she spent the majority of her life on the West Coast. And with that, she's probably more aligned with the West Coast. But we're traveling in the weeds. Let's get back to where we were. You have not picked your top four of Kendrick's songs. What is yours of Kendrick's
Uh
four?
I mean, okay. I mean, as of right now, I haven't heard. I haven't heard.
Start with
Listen,
four.
number four, because I haven't listened to "Not Like That Enough." I have to put that at four because I think that's the
Okay.
weakest. "Not Like Us" is four. Um, "Meet the Grams" is three. "Euphoria" is two. 616 is one. Uh, I don't know. 616 and "Euphoria" can switch, but right now, 616 is one. With "Euphoria" is two.
Exactly. And with that, again, we as much as we're bumping heads tonight, we're really on the same path. It's just that you taking the the Drake haters on. You're ready to fight with them Drake haters. Me, I don't have no dog in the fight. These are young men who I understand both of them's worth. Do I believe that Drake should be number one? Probably not, but that's just me. I believe that I'm more in the camp of a lyricist, and again, I don't think that K Dot is the best lyricist of all of them. I think they're better lyricists. The issue is, like you said, the better people haven't stepped up. And I'm
Right.
hoping that this
Right.
affords them the opportunity to pull their pull their draws up, tighten up their balls, and jump out here and show and prove that you want to be a part of this list. And that's the issue with this generation of rappers is that nobody wants to be in charge. So
Right.
with that, we're gonna shut it down. We're gonna finish it up. Let's finish it up. Let's wrap it up in a bow. And I'm gonna let you anchor this like I normally do. I'm gonna wrap this up by saying that there's been nobody's bodied anybody, nobody's career is over. My suggestion to Kendrick and his I'm sorry to Drake and his team is those other people don't matter. That's just my opinion. That the person who's moving the needle, and very few people have moved the needle against you. Focus on that person that's moved the needle, and then we can see where we stand. That's where I'm at. For Kendrick, you cannot let 2024 leave this. You can't let this 365 days around the sun pass without you, not the hillbillies, putting out a project. You can't make a stink like this and then not put something out and expect to continue to be in the conversation. You will fall to the wayside, and my co-host, the legend, the underground legend, is going to say it's now only one person in the big three. If you don't put out something in 2024, you have defaulted yourself. And now we got to find two more people. And that means you're going to let Wale or either Tyler, the creator, get on that list. I'm going to finish it off by
Oh,
saying you had mentioned about Travis Scott being in this conversation. I would say to you, he could easily win a Grammy if he did what Tyler did. If you take the two albums that got Tyler his Grammys, they were different than he was known to make. Seems to me over the years that the Grammys tend to like albums with a certain level of substance, but a certain level of against what you normally do. Same thing happened with, hey, Killer Mike's been around for years. Run the Jewels has been around for years. Never until he came up with this album that changed the way he was seen. Same thing with Nas. You made music that changed the way people see you. Travis can do the same thing. I think a lot of young people find him to be a brilliant artist, but you cannot win a Grammy without doing something different. And Tyler's last album was probably one of my favorite albums of this era. And he said, I went into myself and said, I'm going to rap. And what did he do? He rap, and it turned the whole world on. Everybody was like, whoa. And actually, if you look at the numbers, Kevin, I'm going to let you have it after this. Tyler, the Creator's album sold better than Utopia. And I'm done. I'm done.
I mean, like I said, man, this is a beautiful time in rap music where we have, you know, we kind of have what everyone thinks is uh what rap is as a whole, where you have this competition amongst the top artists, and they tell you they want to be number one, and they're trying to do things to achieve that number one spot. And I love it, and I think it's incredible, and I think we should all appreciate this time, because when this battle is over, it's going to be a long time before we see something else like this happens again. So this moment is rare because it doesn't come across too often. Normally there are lower level artists trying to get the top spot. But at the same time, I say that I think that everyone, um, everyone who is a rapper should be elevating their game, because right now, I mean, J Cole's in limbo. He is a huge question mark. His spot is open. Um, I voted Travis Scott. My hostess brought up another guy who I forgot about, in Tyler the Creator, who has the Grammy success, but at the same time, if a Tyler was to jump in this competition, I could see a Tyler getting his third Grammy, and that will put him in like an exclusive club. If Tyler can get another Grammy for like the third, his third rap album Grammy, which would put him among the best that ever done this. Um, now I think about it, Tyler should jump in the competition too, but I'm really rooting for Travis Scott right now. I wish JB was here so he could hear me say that. Um, I'm really root for Trap. I'm root for Travis Scott, man. I really believe, he sold me. He sold me on him wanting to win a Grammy, even though I know there's no way in hell the way he's going with his career that he's going to win a Grammy, and it sucks. But overall, um, what Drake is doing is phenomenal. What Kendrick is doing is phenomenal. I love the fact that Drake did a video. I love the fact that Kendrick did like 3 songs, I think in a 12 album time span, something like that. 3 albums in 3 songs in a day. Something. It was crazy. It was crazy what he just did this weekend. But I still stand on my statement. Uh an album or mixtape has to follow for Kendrick. Um I can probably give him some leeway if he drops a video. Uh People can say what they want about the Family Matters song, but that Family Matters video, I think, enhanced the song. The song wasn't like super fire, but the video made it fire though. The video enhanced the song, and like I said, man, it's just the little things. It was, rap in the '90s was something special. And when our rappers in the late '80s and all through the '90s, when they rapped, man, a lot of them, even if they had subliminals, when you watch that video, they would give you what that some of them subliminals meant in the video. Like, and we need that. Like, not to say that, like I said, not to say Kendrick is not fire, nothing like that, but it'd be so much better. A visual with the audio, it just enhances it. And it'll make it so much better, man. That's just it's just little things. Like we both said, both artists have small tweaks that they can make to create this gap or just to enhance what they're doing. And yeah, man, this conversation was beautiful, man, and it was enjoyable. I didn't I honestly didn't think we was gonna go this long with it. But time has flew by, and that's just how it is though, man. When you get a subject matter like this, you can go on for some time, and it seems like we was talking for 10 minutes, but it flows so well, man. And but that's a testament to what's going on now. So I mean, a huge shout out, a huge thank you to Drake, huge shout out, a huge thank you to Kendrick Lamar, and a huge shout out, a huge thank you to the fans for your interaction, for your breaking down the songs, for your thesis statements on video. I mean, just everything. Everything that's going on now is so phenomenal. It's so great. It's so fantastic. It's so beautiful. This is 2024 is a classic moment. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think we're giving the other artists enough credit because let's be honest. If it wasn't for Megan Thee Stallion Megan Thee Stallion opening the year dissing, Nicki followed up. Meg came back at her. I think it was another Glorilla. She kind of shouted out one of the city girls on a song. I mean, every month, every month we've been getting shots fired at somebody, and it's been all peaceful. It's been all love, and we've been sitting here enjoying the content, having these great conversations, and it's been phenomenal, man. It's just this is a 2024. We halfway through, and it's been a great 5 months so far, and I have high hopes that the next 6 7 months is going to be just as great, if not better.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Yeah. So shout out to Megan Thee Stallion for having the courage. And we got to give her credit because she started off the year, man. If Megan doesn't start off this year like that, I don't know if we would have got this, to be honest with you. So she has to get the credit for she kicked off the year. When she was brave enough to kick off the year, uh, just with a diss. You know what I'm saying? You can say whoever, she probably did address Nikki or whoever or her ex-boyfriend. But just that courage, man, it just it rolled into so much more, man. And yeah, man, it's just been great. And I love it.
Yeah, man, that's what's up. Uh, hey, party people, we appreciate you. We thank you for watching, listening. Follow us on all the social media platforms. We're now available at Mix Era Rap. Man, we just want to tell you, man, we're out here making it happen for you. We're trying our best to present you with a quality product, and we hope that you think it's quality. If you have any questions or comments, email us, hit us up on the DMs or whatever questions. So you saw our questions for tonight. Is this an issue where Drake is going to be able to recover, and who's winning? So hit us up on social media. Let us know what you think, and we'll get you in. So we're going to start taking some calls sooner or later in the near future. But yeah, man, we're just going to keep knocking them down. We're going to come at you next week with something a little more music based and a little more curating your music. And again, I like to thank Kev as always, man. He is a true agent of change, and I love him for that. And hey, it is what it is. We out of here. Peace.